And then I'll bring us together here in a minute to talk, but if you want to go ahead and dive in, you can dive in.
Yeah, that is
No, not good.
It's still going to be
You can get better then.
It's still going to be
You hear what you said right after you called myself?
water reference.
You can wade through the material. The closure activities are kind of like treading water. We're not really going anywhere. Sorry, we're just trying to make as many water references as possible. Hey, Emma just saved you confusion. I would put this in your math journal, these questions, because we are just going to dive into your homework assignment for class today. We're going to go over it, like, every 2 minutes I'll bring us back together to talk about stuff. Your homework is only what's left over that you don't get to in class today. You could easily go home with no homework. If you spend about 5 or 6 minutes per problem, you'll get them all done. And actually, the last one's super easy. It's having you gauge how confident you feel on each problem. So dive in, page 63, starting with problem 42, going through 142, going through problem 150. I'm not used to having problem numbers that high. Then in a few minutes, we'll bring it back together. I would also request if you have any questions from any of the homeworks, I'm trying something new today, I'd ask that as I come around, you let me know, and then I'll figure out how to go over those together as a whole group. But I'm just going to walk around the room for a few minutes. If you have any questions from any of the homeworks that we've done so far this chapter, I'll go back and review those, and the rest of the class can ignore me or whatever. But as I come around, let me know if you have any questions that you'd like to go over. Please make sure you have written in your plan book the homework, but you can jot a little like what's left or whatever you want to write. You don't have to write the whole what you don't get done in class, but whatever to help you understand. It's not the whole thing, it's just whatever you want. All right, so jump in. I'll use one dash for you. So I think it's 148. Okay, I'll check that out. Anything else? Here. Got it now. Should you figure out any more? I'll grab it in a second. 100. So you only have a little space. Okay, so there's 100.
So you filled all the chapter 1 space, actually, by doing you have used up all the chapter 1 space.
To change this fraction. So what we want to do is apply the sign here. What we need to multiply the fraction to be able to add that to 2, right? So we also multiply the numerator by
So
that makes
your
our
homework was actually what you're sharing. The
Some-
chapter.
What's probably next month is
You can see all the answer
how
for
can we use factors?
So 142 to 150.
You're
You're going to start now, and whatever you don't finish is
all we need to know is the other factors. So all we need to know is that 4 and 2 are factors. But it's not equals factors. We're adding to the number. What does that mean? Any more? Header, name, or name doesn't have to be since phone is there. Any questions from any other homework assignments? So, did you check either your
take math in class, or if you come back here for the first time this chapter we've seen under an area, actually your toolkit's going to be easier to look at this. Chapter 1 in your toolkit, we have directions on how to do under an area. And right here are all the formulas that we use for any of these shapes. So triangle, and always, perimeter views add up the sides all the way around. So perimeter views, if you have each side, you can just add up all of those values for the outer sides. But the area formula is the tough part. So this, for the trapezoid, is probably one of your hardest area formulas to remember. And this for your triangle is also pretty darn important. So that is because if I compare a parallelogram to a triangle is half of the parallelogram. So this is really the same formula that you're used to from finding the area of a rectangle, like right up here. But parallelogram is the exact same one. Now if I look at a triangle compared to that rectangle, it takes up half of the area with the same dimensions, 3 wide, or sorry, 5 wide, 3 tall. So for the area, we multiply by half because the triangle's space it takes up takes that. And what it would be, it's like imagine if this was a parallelogram. And it look like that and have twice as much area. But since it's only a triangle, we have half the baseline. It will always work out. Hi. So try a couple of those. Let me know if it's still confusing after you try a couple of those using those formulas.
Are we doing this whole section?
Well, 42. You can just start right here.
Okay, so we don't need to.
So yeah, start with 142. You don't need to solve that first task objective. I just wanted to dive right into solving those problems. Any other homework issues from this group? Do you have any other questions besides 142? So, do you have AR solutions today? If you want me to solve a couple of those, let me know if you So, because that's still not making sense. We still. So, where's 140? Or sorry, 140. These are my books. So, I'm gonna write them. So, area perimeter. Let's do where you guys can go ahead and start on 42, and we'll solve these and pick up.
We just made it.
So,
I would draw that.
44.
But we need to do it the area of the swimming pool.
So, we have these down. You just want me to check on it? Were you just not comfortable with it?
And then you just got mixed up and started doing threes. And you're doing threes on the other side.
Yeah, so this is 25, 50, 25, 25.
So how do we find the perimeter?
So not very much.
Parallelogram,
perimeter, we can have 16 times 16.
18. Wait, was that right there? Did we just do perimeter? Alright, cool.
You get 104.
Just do 18.
Yeah, so I think we forgot to carry the one back. Actually, you can use a calculator, especially for these more complicated problems. Gravity works. Okay. So, you never have to compute without a calculator unless I specifically ask you that. So especially for area problems. I know seriously. So this rectangle, we would follow the same process for 143. So we're going to take the base times how far. What are you calculating here? 8 times 2. You roll. This is all just big work or coincidence or 90.
Yep, that's what we
Dude, I'm more good with numbers than the world.
Gooder.
Yeah, because your value's just about double. So you want to raise that and I'm good at six. Since it's area, which mathematically is I wrote it 96 centimeters squared. Because we made all these little squares right here. What this would use is our area is always in square units because it's how many squares that fit inside that shape. So when you're feeding the area, we still want to talk about like the length and then the height, but the height is not one of the side heights. So that height is 11 times 4, 11 times 4. And then half of that, because it's a triangle, hold those by the space. So it's half of 22. So our area here would just be 22, and inches squared. We always square. So that is
24 plus 11 is 35. 35 plus 9 is 44.
parallelogram, which is square. Who is square? So every number, any number possible, can be found within pi. On Pi Day, we'll talk about this, but if you convert numbers into letters, every word can be found within pi. Every book can be found within pi. Your address can be found within pi. Your phone number can be found within pi. Every number, because it's random. So there's a website called like Find in Pi or something like that. You can find these sets of numbers within pi. It'll tell you like 17 million places into the decimals of pi, your phone number exists. Like it'll tell you where it is. Everybody's phone number. So no offense to phone, they're not special. You can find your phone number too. Right. So then they're like,
I mean, it's fair because if
and when you over
1592653.
this chunk would become 16 is still the same. This height, 9, is turned to the height of your rectangle. So using the calculator, so you do 16
I don't know.
C and then label the centimeters squared. We're going to talk a lot more about area when we actually get there in our later studies. This was just a little bit of a spat. It's going to jump all the way through chapter 2. So in centimeters, and then we'll 2.
Everything's great.
This is
I think this is
the rules.
1/3.
So,
We're just guessing, but we don't know how to do math.
I know how to.
Everyone else is flying.
Multiply by the height.
What's going to be the annoying
entire thing in half. And we do the half actually because the base.
Right.
But how we do it, find out the big 1/3.
So think about this though. If 20 is your common denominator, and you divide 20 by 3, so you're 1/3. So it's probably somewhere close to that. It's probably somewhere close to that.
So right now, because you know that 20 understand what
So how would you round it out?
we use.
Well,
I'm ready to show out what.
what's 1/4 is how many divided by 3?
So how would you round it
You're
out?
like, right, 1/4 equals.
Oh my god.
And so like 20 is the denominator of the other.
25.
You were saying 1/3
This is what
this looks like 1/3 but 1/8 plus 1/4 sounds like.
Okay.
Okay, so then, if you know, 4 is what?
Five.
So then 1/5.
Half, so now I've done all of that.
Okay.
Last thing I have to
So
do
next one is 5 20.
what's the next one? 20.
So you half, right? And how what's half of 20?
10.
Okay, that's good. We're on the right track. And then what do you have to multiply 5 by?
So,
1/5 equals 20 over 20. Is this 144?
Yes.
What do you think of the area?
one more question.
Good. All right, you got test tomorrow. So today's the day to ask questions.
What is team? Come on, team test. Just chapter 1, little assessment. You get to use your notes about the team. Everybody.
Hey, by the way, tomorrow for the team test, you get to use your notes. You get to use your homeworks. You can even use your book if you want, but you need to be familiar with your book. I mean, most of what you would need from your book is in the toolkit, which you can use. At the end of class tomorrow, I'll be collecting your toolkit and your journal. So please make sure that if you know, oh, I didn't do that homework from Tuesday, get it done so that it can just be mastered the first time. It's a lot more efficient to just master it the first time, or this is going to be weird, okay? So I'll step up front to like have your attention. If you know, actually give me your eyes. I want to see everybody's eyes. If you know that your math journal and toolkit aren't going to be mastered, your homework's missing or whatever reason, don't turn it in. This is one of those weird things about Phoenix. It's a waste of time. Right now, if you want feedback, turn it in. Or if you know it's mastered, like you've done your homework, you've got good labelings, good dates, all that, turn it in. But if you know it won't be mastered, what's the point of turning it in just to wait and get it back? Keep it, work on it over the weekend, and then get it to me Monday. I have a really busy weekend. I probably won't get grades put in math over the weekend anyways. So I'm going to collect them tomorrow, but if you don't want to turn it in, you don't have to. Welcome to Phoenix. That's kind of like saying, hey, I had a really busy week. I'm not ready. I'll get it to you Monday. Sorry, I know it's late. That's okay. I know that sometimes is weird with Phoenix, but did you have your hand up? Yeah, so what's up?
So it will or won't be put in as
Depends on when I finally get grades. I mean, so if we want to go by due dates and timeline, it's due tomorrow, right? So I might still mark a timeliness mark, but it's whether it would get uploaded, whether the grade would be a progressing and then turn into a mastery, or whether the grade just gets uploaded as a mastery. Because even if you turn it in late, if you beat us to posting, because I keep my grades on Google Sheets, and then I put them in math, and I give you guys a little bit of flexibility in time, because it's better to just turn it in late and get it mastered the first time, I mean, depending on your thinking, than it is to turn it in and have to wait, and then get it back, and then have to do it, and then, it just takes longer, that, will play out. So if you turn in Monday and I haven't put my grades in math yet, I might have marked down in my Google Sheet that it was missing, but it hasn't gone in math. So then the grade, let's say you have it mastered, would go in as a mastery, but you turn it in late. And that would go in as a separate mark, which you guys have been talking about math a little bit, right? There's two different categories. So, and that's when you tell your parent, hey, it's okay. This is what we told your parents last night at forum. It's okay that I turned it in late. I had, X, Y, Z, whatever hopefully you have reasons for turning it in late. But when I turned it in, it was high quality work. And they'll care more about that than the fact that it was just a little bit late. And if they want to freak out on you for being late, have them call me. I'd rather stuff be late and be high quality than turn it in on time and it be crap. That makes sense? So I'm still coming around trying to get homework questions, whatever. Keep working. We'll come together and talk about a few of these problems in a minute. Yeah. It is a swimming pool. That's kind of cool that I would like.
It's
You realize how big
ironic.
this is? 18 meters long here, 11 meters long here. How long is that pool in total? 29 meters. Guys, that's 100 feet.
And we were talking about
Yeah. No running on the pool deck. Alright, do you guys have any homework questions from anything from chapter 1? Well, do you have things that you can't solve right now or just things that you need to take care of? Okay. I mean, any issues, things we couldn't solve? I know some of those area formulas we had to look in the toolkit or whatever. We're all okay? Okay. Homework questions. Anything from chapter 1? Any of you guys, problems you couldn't solve, stuff that you're still stumped on? Nothing? Alright, let me know if you got anything. AOR extensions today? I already talked to you guys. You said you were looking if there was anything else.
It's 2 tests. How would it be 2 tests? He just said, he was talking about it and he said, what? Equals 20. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's Gabby back.
$4.20 for every divided by for every two and LBS is the abbreviation. This whole thing's funny, don't make much sense. So then we want to figure out how much does one. How do you go from 2 to 1? Well, yeah, but we can't do that. So division by 2. So, which means if we do it on top, we gotta go to the top. Forget about the decimal. What's 42 divided by 2? What's 4? 2. 1. So we get 2 and 1, and then that's 0, and then put your decimal back. So that tells me I'm going to pay $2.10 for 1 minute. The problem is how much with 5 pounds cost. How do I go from 1 to 5? So then I'll put 5 on top. That's 2. No.
So do we just, what you said, if you were to say 41 of those in 140, it's probably one of them, right?
Break it down into single pounds.
No, it's not. Bar number. It's not. So you could, what you could do on your number line is like question 149 if you totally got it. So more questions that are already totally got it.
He wants 5 pounds.
So just like, oh, like put a dot for a bit.
So how would you turn 160 to a decimal?
5 pounds of bananas. 7 pounds.
So if you get 5 from a budget, 5 feet over,
You don't know how many
this,
pounds.
I get 5 or above, I just
Right, so this is actually kind of a
find out.
This is 5 by. What? So 5 pounds. So I'm going to figure out 5 pounds of apples. Sorry, 5 pounds of bananas. That's 62 pounds. 3 pounds of interest. So 5 pounds of same thing here. So then I add their value. So basically their apples and go back to 142, and then it asks for So,
basically ranking questions.
want to make all easy. And avoid calculating it all in 140. Sometimes we're trying just make like 80 cents
Rank each one of the line.
times 5 pounds. 4 pounds. 40 times 5 pounds. So do you have enough money? How much more money do you need? Oh, that's what you want to teach. You need more. And then 48.
We have to do 18 and 16.
Same thing we just saw. So you can set cost for life, and then figure out how to use it. So make sure you put it on, it's simple, just write down using
On one of it, it's 40%, so you have to make 40% fraction and a decimal.
Yeah, no problem. No, I said I'm about to start over. 29 so, well, so what's giving you an issue with this? So, if 16 is going to 100, we might need to take a different route. So, you were just trying to go straight from a fraction value to a percent, even if you manipulated it to a fraction, you know, a new fraction, and then you work percent. And that doesn't work out. Do what you just did. Doesn't really work out.
What part is that?
Can you turn that into decimals? Yes, is it like in your Pearson or what? Here, I'm making this pass really fast because
Yep.
So, is there a way to get that into a decimal? Won't a calculator spit out a decimal if I do a division? When did I say that? But I didn't say that about avoid. I said try to avoid when you can. 1/6 is one that you need a calculator for, unless you're really familiar with using it. Now, 1/6, I actually think, but you guys should definitely, I know my sections on this. I think because of multiple. Because, last thought, check this out. I'll at least blow your mind. What numbers am I using in the fraction? 1 and 6. Guess what numbers I'm going to use in the decimal? 1/6. 0.1 says. That's how you can remember that. Now, that doesn't happen for like 1/8 or 1/9 or any other. It only happens for that. That's why I think it's cool. You can ignore me if you so choose, but I'm going to pull up the dot camera and go. Oh, actually, I probably won't pull up the dot camera. I got the textbook up here. And 142. Anybody want to share the answer that you guys got? Patrick?
For A, I got 15 feet.
Did you check it?
No.
No, wait, how?
Because if the 4 boxes are 3 feet, and if they're stacked 5 times, well, 4 can go into 25 times, and if 4 boxes is 3 feet high, 3 times 5 is 50.
Now, but did you check it? I was seriously meaning, did you check your answer? Do you know if you're right or not?
Yeah, I think I'm right.
But have you checked it?
Wait a minute.
Everybody with a textbook, flip to page 68. There's all the answers to everything you're doing. So, your homework tonight has the answers. So quit looking at that. Flip back to the other page. Because you don't want to let your brain see the answer before you try the problem. You will be cheating yourself. Like, not that you're cheating, but you're cheating yourself. Here's the thing about closure problems. Shh. Give me your attention for a second. Every chapter's closure problems have their answers. So as we work through a chapter, if you want to flip back to the closure section and try some of those problems, you can check your answers and make sure that you're doing it correctly. You can also check your answers online in homework help, but use those answer keys to check your problems. I'm going to come on and see if anybody's having any issues with anything, but I've got one question about one problem so far on the closure section. So use the answers to check your work, but I'm going to talk about one of these here in 145. I've been asked the question about the fraction 1/6. So in part B, and if you're not here yet, it's okay, you can kind of jump here. Part B has the fraction 1/6 and wants us to turn it into a decimal. Now, wants us to turn it into a percent. When we want percentages, the easy way is get my denominator as 100, and this value will be the percent. Perfect. How do I go from 6 to 100? Well, I got a couple heads doing this. Is there a whole number that I can multiply by to get me from 6 to 100? I asked that question strategically. Is there a number I can multiply by to go from 6 to 100? Yes, it's just more difficult to figure out. So if I don't want to go this way, back it up and go this way. How can I get 1/6 into a decimal? Alex? Well, that's what it is, but I can either divide using long division or a calculator, or do you have that memorized? Do you have that memorized?
No, it's just on the top.
Oh, well, yeah, I did it over there. 1/6 is like mind-blowingly cool. Now, before I show you this, this only happens for this fraction. But the fraction 1/6 uses the numbers 1 and 6. The decimal for 1/6 only uses the numbers 1 and 6. So this is one of those like, well, that's just cool. That doesn't happen with 1/7 or 1/8 or 1/5 or any other number. Only happens with 1/6. So if I know that, then the way we convert it into a percent is just multiply it by 100, and we get 16.6 repeating percent. Now the other way to do that, anyone tell me if I don't know how to do the multiplication, what I can do to figure that out? If I don't know how to go this direction, I can figure it out by going that direction. So if I'm going the opposite of multiplication would be division. If I do this division, I get that I would need to multiply by 16.6 repeating. And I would do the same thing on top and get 16.6 repeating, which will get me 16.6 repeating as the percent. So check your answers. I'm going to come around. If any of your answers are wrong and you can't figure out why, stick up a hand, please ask me. But you have the next about 10 minutes to try to wrap up as much as you can. So you have very little homework. And even with what homework you do take home, you've got the answer key. Yeah. Yeah, so give me a gauge scale of a confidence. Hey, with 150, I had a kid do this in Accelerated Summer, and I thought it was a good idea. They made a little color key, and they just went back to each of their problems, and they wrote a number beside it. So, number 150, if you look at that really quickly, it's asking you to gauge how confident you are with each question. So you could, if you want, just like make 150 like, I'm going to use blue highlighter, and go back to each problem and give it like, you know, a 1 through 10 rating. Like, oh, I'm going to give this a 3, it was really tough. I'm going to give this a 9, it was really easy. So you can do that if you want. Or Patrick's just listing out 142, 143, 144, and he's just giving me a number for each right there. So up to you. Any issues with the ones that you've gotten to so far? Have you checked the answers that you have? So check the answers that you have and then let me know if you have any problems. Check your answers that you've done so far so we can go over any that are giving you issues. You guys check your data so far? Okay, will you do that and let me know if you have any big issues? You guys check what problems you have so far and then let me know if you have any big issues. By the way, it said do this in your math journal, so if you could, just make a little note in your math journal right after last night's homework. And just say, like, somewhere here, say 142 through 150. Just because homework is supposed to be in the math journal. Just make me a little note so that I know it's in your journal. You're good. What? Oh, sorry, I never had that. You can't be mad at me for telling you the answer key exists. I could have just not told you for the next 4 weeks. Hey, will you, when you come back, make a note in your math journal that you started this in your toolkit? Because the homework tonight is in the math journal, right? So this is going to be 2 different places. I'm collecting your stuff tomorrow, so I'm not really going to check it.
So I'm going to check all the other homeworks leading up to this and see if you worked on this in class. If it's not done, I mean, really, I give you 2 business days. You should try to get it done. When you're scared, don't be scared. You need to learn. Nobody wants to go. But it's okay. Life goes on. You're not playing football. You're playing football. Football is a direct, dumb contact sport. Like, I love watching football. We're just going to run into each other over and over again. Of course you're going to get hurt. Field hockey is not. We're just going to run into each other over and over again. You know what I mean? Well, that's good. If you can't really complain, I mean, you're in a good position. Running into each other. It was probably actually a foul zone. Most power lines are very. Well, okay, most, that might be an exact. Don't take that as fact. I don't know. That's the thing. I will tell you I don't know. So depending on the denominator, depends on if we can do a direct conversion or we have to use a calculator or something like that. If we can get the denominator of a tenth or a hundredth or anything like that. So let's say we have like over 10. Well, I can read it in tens. So I know that the first decimal place is the tens place. But if I had 3 over 100, then I would need it to be second decimal place because this is the hundredths place. Now it becomes problematic if I had something like 3 over 25. I can't just do a direct conversion. However, I could get that into something over 10 or 100 or 1,000 or something like that. How do I go from 25 to 100 times 4? So I do the same on the top. And this becomes 4. So then that would be 12 hundredths. Now if it's something weird, like let's say 4 sevenths, and you're like, well, how do I get to 100? Well, that's really tough. We can use a calculator to do the division 4 divided by 7. And then that is our decimal point. And if we want to go to percents, our direct conversions for percents all use the hundredths. So we just move the decimal 2 places and that would do it.
Yeah, but you do that after you
can't convert the fractions and over 10 or 100 we just use our calculator.
if any of your bars are less than 5, choose one of those 2 things to do, and if they're all sometimes.
I mean, it is a contact sport. Like, more so than soccer. Soccer's still under it, it's not like as necessary. Yeah. Well, the gender. How they play. Yeah.
All right, we got about 3 to 4 minutes left. Does anybody have any last minute you want me to make your life easy and solve it for you from this assignment or anything from chapter 1? All right, so you got the next 3 or 4 minutes to, as your team, try to do as much as you can, or check with each other that you're all set for the test tomorrow. Again, you will be able to use your toolkit, your journal, and your book. So please make sure all your homeworks are done. I'm collecting your math journal and toolkit at the end of class tomorrow. Okay. Better that way. It's easier that way. Yeah, today. We're going to be literal. I don't know why the can low, because you personally buy it. The only thing I brought in today was bananas and coffee. Sorry, maybe it's a can. But, yeah, but I do sometimes eat them other times in the car in the afternoon. If it can't a banana, I love the list you gave me. Crap, what was I going to say? What was the first thing? Oh, because if you're going to daydream, I'd rather you daydream about mathematical
topics than just whatever. So by me having posters up in my room, if you're actually daydreaming.
I can try. You're right, I do need to put more back there. Might watch what? Oh, the YouTube thing? I've seen it. I don't like actively make sure I watch it. I heard there's a game about different funds and some of them I need to get.
Unless you're trying to,
I tried. Like, I tried to make things impossible. Yeah. Nice. Who Mr. Hudson? Just Micah Hudson. My first name, last name. I don't know, like 70 or something. I'm not sure.
I'm waiting yesterday.
83.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
man.
go.
You could be 84.
The silver plate, what is the silver plate?
Oh yeah, you get 100,000 like it.
Yeah, don't think I'm going to be there anytime soon.
It's possible.
Yeah, I know that won't happen.
I subbed him. I subbed him on my phone now. I want to watch it.
Alright, so go ahead and start packing your stuff up. Please hold up. Hold up, give me your attention real quick. I have received just too many texts asking about the homework. So please, just while I have your attention, we had a minute or two to kill. We have our cell phone numbers in the plan book so you guys can like access us for things that need a teacher. If you ever have like a what's the homework or any kind of question like that, please try to ask your peers about that, because sometimes I'm not in the best mood for things that I've had multiple places in the classroom, and it's your job to make sure that you know. So please make sure we separate that whole like what's a teacher thing and what's a peer, like a classmate thing. If you have any questions or concerns tonight, though, as you're going through your homework and you're like, oh no, I am worried about the test tomorrow because I'm trying to do this problem and I can't, call me. Text me or call me, I will help you out. But if it's lame, like you don't know what the homework is, ask your peers. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Okay, goodbye.